Unmasking the Passive Voice. Avoid common missteps. Hello, language learners. Today we're going to take a deep dive into a tricky topic in English grammar: the passive voice. More specifically, we'll be focusing on a common issue learners encounter: misidentifying the passive voice. This can lead to grammatical errors, confusion, and misunderstandings. But no worries, we're here to guide you through. Before we jump into common mistakes, let's quickly review what the passive voice is. In the passive voice, the subject of the sentence is the recipient of the action, not the doer. For example, in the sentence, "The cake was eaten by John," the cake is the subject, but it's John who performed the action. When trying to identify the passive voice, there are several pitfalls you need to avoid. 1. Confusing past participles with past tense verbs. Not every sentence that contains a past participle is passive. In passive sentences, the past participle is part of a verb phrase, typically with a form of be. For example, "The book was read by her" is passive. But in the sentence, "She read the book," read, is a past tense verb, not a past participle in a passive construction. 2. Misinterpreting to be verbs. Sentences with a form of be are not always passive. For instance, "John is tired" is not a passive sentence, but rather an adjective, tired, following a linking verb, is. 3. Overlooking active sentences with by phrases. The presence of a by phrase doesn't necessarily mean a sentence is passive. In the active sentence, "John passed by the bakery," by is a preposition indicating location, not introducing the performer of an action as in a passive sentence. The best way to overcome these pitfalls is through practice and more practice. Consider each sentence carefully and ask yourself, what is the subject of the sentence? Is the verb in the sentence transitive? Can take an object? Is there a be verb followed by a past participle? Is the by phrase indicating the doer of the action? Take this sentence: "The house was built by my grandfather." The subject is the house. The verb was built is a form of be plus a past participle. The by phrase, "by my grandfather," tells us who performed the action. So, this is a passive sentence. I hope this has cleared up some of the confusion around identifying the passive voice. Remember, it's all about practice. The more you see and use these patterns, the easier it'll become. Happy learning and see you in the next video.